Once you have all that information and the full amount that you paid them for the year, you are ready to issue a 1099 to them. So you have done the first and the hardest step, and the next part will be easy. All right. I hope that that little bit of prep that you can do now is going to help make your January a lot less stressful. And when you start hearing everybody freaking out about 1099s, you can have a little smile on your face and thinking, I already did that. Welcome to the Sunlight Podcast. In this show, we're talking about taxes, money, and careers for self-employed people who have a big vision for changing the world with their work. I'm your host, Hannah Cole, artist, tax pro, and the founder of Sunlight Tax. If you're a creative or soul-centered entrepreneur or wellness practitioner who wants to grow your business sustainably, manage your taxes, and build a stash of fuck you money so you can control your time and have a bigger impact with your work, you are in the right place. Hello. So good to be with you. All right. We're gearing up for the end of the year. And last week, I gave you an episode about how to plan for a big cash crunch that often happens to people and can put you in a really terrible financial stress position on April 15th. So if you haven't listened to that episode, I hope you do. But today, I want to give you another sort of mindset episode to get you calm, to get you ready, to get you prepared for something that is coming in the next month. All right. So basically, today is about de-stressing, getting yourself a little bit of prep so that you have something be much, much easier and less panicked in January. So today I want to talk about getting ready to issue your 1099s. All right, so here's the rules. If you paid anyone over $600 in 2024 to do work for your business, now this is not personal, right? It's not your hairdresser, it's not someone who painted your kitchen, but if you paid someone to do work for your business, over $600 cumulatively for the year, then you will need to issue them a 1099. Now, the deadline to issue 1099s to anyone you paid is January 31st. So this is one of your first tax-related deadlines that comes up in the year, okay? And I'm going to give you some ways to make that less stressful this year by just helping you get it ready in advance, okay? So there are some exceptions to who gets a 1099, and I will do a full episode on that coming up very soon. But for now, I want you to just assume that all the contractors that you paid, you owe a 1099 to. So here's how to get yourself prepped. You want to make sure you do your bookkeeping, okay? So when I say bookkeeping, of course, what I mean is you are tracking all your income as the law requires, but you are also tracking the optional part, which is the deductions, the things you spent money on. So in your bookkeeping, you're going to have, all that work basically gets you to one number, which is your profit. What is left over of that taxable income after you take deductible expenses out of it, okay? So what I want you to do is look through your books for 2024, and you are looking for payments you made to any contractors, okay? This could be a website designer, it could be a product photographer, it could be a graphic designer, it could be a virtual assistant, it could be a podcast editor. I say as a wink to the podcast editor who is editing this podcast right now. So it could be any of these people, anybody who did some work for your business. I want you to just pull those expenses out and put them over in one side so that you can see them all together. You can generally, if you have bookkeeping set up on software, you can generally run a report to show you payments made to contractors. And so usually if your bookkeeping is set up to be able to do that, you can pull a list of contractors you paid. So you want that list. Or if you have manual spreadsheet bookkeeping, like the spreadsheet system that I teach inside Money Bootcamp, then you will go and look at payments you made to contractors in that. In either case, what I want you to do is compile a list. You're compiling a list of all the people that you paid throughout the year. You want to take each individual and break them out, and you want to add up the amounts you paid because maybe you paid them. For example, I pay my podcast editor once per month, right? So, whether or not a month's payment goes over the $600 limit, I certainly exceed a $600 limit cumulatively over the year. So you are making each person, you want to give a total for how much you paid each person, okay? This is your biggest task when it comes to 1099s, all right? Now, the next thing you want to do is just a little admin. What you want to do, and it's completely fine to do this in December, you don't have to wait till January. You want to make sure that for each of these people that you have an up-to-date W-9 on file. A W-9 is a form that you can get. You can just go onto the IRS website, click W-9 IRS, and it will give you a blank W-9. You can send that to each of these people and say, hey, I need you to fill this out. I need this information. Do you want to give you a quick warning that you never want someone to mail you, and you never want to mail a completed W-9 over email because it's not secure. Email is not secure. And your W-9 has your social security number in it. So someone could steal your identity if they got a hold of your W-9. Very, very important that you either send it by snail mail. I know, sounds old-fashioned, but it's secure. Send it by snail mail, or have it uploaded into something secure like a Dropbox. If you have some kind of secure server you can receive it into, that's great. You can also do a phone call. So I like to sometimes fill out a W-9, but leave off my social security number, and then I call the person. So I will email that, and then I will call them, and I will say my social security number over the phone, and they fill it in over there so that the social security number is never transmitted over email. Okay. In any case, what you're doing is you are getting a W-9 from each person that you paid. This is a form that stays with you. You're not sending the W-9 anywhere. The W-9 is an information gathering tool that you can use to issue 1099s. So you need one from each person, and this will give you their identifying number, whether it's a social security number or whether it's a different kind of number. It will tell you if there's any, international withholding that you need to know about. And if there is, you might need an additional form, W-8BEN, I believe it's called, for an international contractor. It's very important that you do that. International taxes can get a little more complex. And it also will give you their current mailing address. I know this seems like a small deal, but it's actually a big deal because you're going to be issuing probably the 1099s by mail, and you're going to need to know where to send it. Hey, I just want to pop in to tell you that if you're interested in getting a little jump start on getting your taxes together, I'm hosting a free class on January 9th to help you commit to your New Year's resolution to be better with money. My class is called Make Taxes Easier and Stash an Extra $152,000 in your savings. And yes, I really will teach you how that's possible. So if you're interested in that class, I'm going to talk about the 4 mistakes that every self-employed person makes with their money. I'm also going to teach you my framework for how to make your taxes simpler and how to take advantage of things in the tax code that will boost your savings by $150,000. It's a great class. It's really valuable, and I hope to see you there. Spaces are limited and you need to be registered, but the class is free. So you can sign up right now and you will get reminders about the class, and you can tick one of those boxes off your New Year's resolution before it's even January. To sign up for the class, go to go.sunlighttax.com/free. That's go.sunlighttax.com/free. And I'll see you on January 9th. Alternatively, it is possible to get their email, and there are electronic filing methods where you can send it via email. In either case, you need to have a valid place to send it. You need to deliver it in the way that this person is going to be able to receive it. Okay? So that's really it. That's really all you need to do. But essentially, you want to go into your bookkeeping, pull a list of anybody you paid over $600 for the year, and then go through each of those people and contact them. Make sure you have a W-9 on file for each of them that has their valid taxpayer ID number, that has their mailing address, and any international status that you might need to know about for tax purposes. All right. Once you have all that information and the full amount that you paid them for the year, you are ready to issue a 1099 to them. So you have done the first and the hardest step, and the next part will be easy. All right. I hope that little bit of prep that you can do now is going to help make your January a lot less stressful. And when you start hearing everybody freaking out about 1099s, you can have a little smile on your face and thinking, I already did that. All right. I hope that helps you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, everybody. Thank you for listening. If you like the show, be sure to subscribe, leave a review. It really helps, and share it with a friend. I'm so grateful. This podcast is for education and entertainment only. Nothing in this episode should be taken as individual tax or financial advice. You can find all the tools, books, and links we reference at sunlighttax.com/podcast.